but it was not done. It was not then done, it was not done now also for the budget. The people have been let down by this government, and also in regarding the frontline warriors of the doctors and the nurses and the hospitals. We expected a tax rebate in the budget. Nothing was done. They were not honored. They were also let down. And regarding the Menegra, I would like to bring the issue to the Minister of State for Finance, so that we have been asking for increase from 100 to 150 days, the wage also to be increased, but from village panchayats to town panchayats also to be increased, to be included. But there is a reduction in the number of the account which is to be given funded for the Menegras has been reduced, and a lot of machinery has been come into Menegra now. Menegra is supposed to emphasize on the, yes madam, I am just concluding, Menegra is supposed to emphasize on the not machinery work, but now machinery work has been done, and the real beneficiaries are not getting their due, and we want the pro-farmers. Always DMK has been a pro-farmer. It was Dr. Kalaignar who had always brought the agriculture free. We had waived off the agriculture loan. We had brought in free electricity. We had brought in PDS system was brought in by Arinjaranna, and the subsidiary rice also was given by Arinjaranna. We would like to repeal the farm law also. Thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to our DMK party leader, Sir M.K. Stalin, and to our parliamentary leader, Shri T.R. Balu, for giving me an opportunity to put forth my views in this budget session. Sir, normally a budget means a detailed reporting of the income and expenditure of the government in a particular year. But if you look at this budget, it looks like an election manifesto or the next 5-year plan. Budget after budget, there are juicy announcements, but many remain unfulfilled till date. This budget looks like their election propaganda, and unfortunately this government remains as an announcement government and publicity mongering government. Our leader, Sir M.K. Stalin, too condemned this budget in Budget 2021, stating that the central government has ignored the Tamil Nadu for the last 6 years and had given an impression in this budgetary exercise that it was implementing mega schemes for the state, like showing a mirage to a thirsty cow. The central government has given an illusionary lollipop to the people of Tamil Nadu with an eye on poles. I too want to recite a verse from Thirukkural for a good governance. Kodai, Ali, Sengol, Kudiyombal, Nangum Udayanam, Vendar Koli. It means to glorify a state, the king is to provide for the welfare of the people, to be consistent in it, compassionate to all, ruler to rule impartially, and to always preserve the people. But the budget seems to have gone away with the principles of good governance. Sir, last year the finance minister promised an income generation and expenditure to the tune of 30 lakh crores. But unfortunately, nothing could happen. People of the country suffered the worst setback in the annals of Indian history. Fortunately, the government, they escaped, and the corona took all the blame, sensing the fact that the budget 2021 was a sham budget, as nothing could be achieved as promised. So this government has a novel way to tax people. They reduce excise duty on petrol and diesel, but on the other hand, they increase cess in different forms. I am not sure whether they share the cess amount with the states. In this backdrop, further reduction in excise duty and a hike in cess will affect the financial positions of all the states. Sir, each year the finance minister puts out a number and a word that get much attention. The funds the government hopes to raise through disinvestment and the word privatization. The government should focus on pulling the growth without gliding through the path of widening physical growth. This year, the investment targets have become larger, peaking at 2.1 lakh crores in 2021. Speaker, sir, it is high time that the government should stop selling. In addition, RBI had mentioned that NPAs will rise from 9.7% in September 2020 to 16.2% in September 2021. No mention by the government on this, how to tackle it in the budget. Sir, the government speaks about physical expansion without even addressing the current problem of inequitable growth. Everybody knows that it has been the middle class and the working class who have been mostly affected by the pandemic. This budget was presented at a time the economy of India is expected to decline by 8% this year. The budget was supposed to provide a path to recovery, which has been dragged down by the slow demand and the century's worst pandemic ever. The budgetary allocation for the education is very low. The government is talking about the new education policy. Sangama Shiksha Abhayan is only 31.50 crores. School education allocation has come down. The allocation for midday meals is also lower. Today, total National Education Mission allocation that includes teacher education as well as is also reduced. In fact, the finance minister had not a word for the vast number of students who have struggled to keep themselves going and passing. Not a word about the students' benefit. Education technology, edutech technology in India is expected to value at 3.5 billion by 2022. The government should also reduce the 18% GST associated with online education services, because during the pandemic, only because of this they were able to do the online classes. The national education policy claimed more expenditure over the next 10 years. Sir, please continue. But all the finance minister mentioned was strengthening of 15,000 schools in the national education policy. But why 15,000 schools? Which are these schools? The finance minister has chosen to add 150 Sainik schools, but these two with the private and NGO support. Sir, there is nothing about labor and also creation of employment. I'm rushing it, sir. Give me some more time.
Kanai, kindly conclude because
sir,
we are short of time.
Very important issue, sir.
हमें 12 बजे तक समाप्त करना है चर्चा।
Sir, please, sir.
आपका 6 मिनट हो गया, 5 मिनट से ज्यादा। Ask him to conclude.
Sir, support to the farmers. Sir, in the budget there are not even single word about the 3 farm laws which has been enacted, and also the budget allocations for PM Kisan and the Pradhan Mantri Faisal Bima Yojana has also come down. And also, sir, for the farmers, when they produce, I make a humble request to the government. When the farmers carry the produce through on the highways, on the Nahai roads as well as the toll roads,
kindly conclude in half a minute. Conclude in half a minute.
Sir, please, sir. And also, the government has to encourage the exports. During the previous years, there was a scheme where when the agri exports were encouraged and 100% tax-free was given. But nowadays, it was cut short.
Thank you.
And therefore the government has to look into that.
Thank
Sir,
you.
I give you on one practical example. In a budget, how Tamil Nadu handled agriculture. Sir, during the time of Dr. Kalaignar Karunanidhi, he invented in 1989.
Thank you.
Installed, sir, please, sir, 2 minutes.
Srimati.
2 minutes, I'm concluding, sir.
No,
2 minutes.
half a minute. Conclude it immediately.
Sir, Dr. Kalaignar Karunanidhi, he installed Udavar Sandai, that is called a farmer market. Any part and parcel of Tamil Nadu had small kiosk places where the farmer directly came to the place.
Thank you very much.
Please, sir, I'm concluding, sir. I'm concluding, sir.
Jaskor Minaji.
Sir, I'm concluding, sir. Please, sir. Sir, one important point, very important point, sir. I'm concluding, sir.
Conclude then.
So, this farmer market has to be installed all over India. This will encourage the farmers to sell their produce directly to the consumers, where it will not have any more intervention.
Thank you very much.
Final point, sir.
Thank you very much.
One final point, sir. One final point, sir. Sir, Tamil Nadu, 19,591 crores money is pending from the government of India. This time the Tamil Nadu needs this money because we have got pending agriculture produce, products, projects and all. Therefore,
धन्यवाद सभापति जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने मुझे केंद्रीय बजट के संदर्भ में बोलने की अनुमति दी।